here are two sort of intuitive example problems, Sudoku and Tetris. The first one that was proved to be NP-complete was neither of these. It's a problem known as circuit satisfiability. So CSAT, standing for circuit satisfiability. And this, coming back to our timeline, was proved by Cook and Levin in 1971 to be NP-complete. Before I write that, let me at least tell you what the problem is. So given a Boolean circuit of n variables, so if you'd like, you could call those x1 through xn, similar to our notation from last time, composed of, here it's going to be composed of and, or, and not gates. The question, the problem that we're going to solve is a decision problem. Is there an assignment of inputs meaning the Boolean variables x1 through xn, that outputs true, that outputs 1. Okay. So such an assignment is said to satisfy the circuits. And you can imagine why this would be a hard problem intuitively. Usually it's just the size of the search space. That's the important thing. So each one is Boolean, so you have two options. With n of them, you have 2 to the n. It's usually an indicator that you're going to have something NP hard, and in this case it will be NP complete. So the theorem, which is the Cook-Levin theorem. Cook-Levin theorem proved, this one's a little tough to exactly pinpoint because you had Cook in the US, Levin in the USSR, not communicating, doing things independently. Levin's paper came later, but he presented the results earlier. So I'm just going to put it as 1971, which I believe is when Cook's paper was published. So this Cook-Levin theorem is a fundamental theorem of theoretical computer science. This states that this problem, CSAT, is NP-complete. What does that mean? We know what that means now. It means that it is NP-hard. So it's at least as hard as everything in NP, and it's also in the class NP. So on our timeline, we can include this problem, which maybe is less familiar, but we've done some examples, and we can understand it now. Circuit satisfiability is also NP complete, the intersection of NP and NP hard. In the following year, there's another theorem. So this was due to Richard Karp in 1972. And the title of his paper was Reducibility Among Combinatorial Problems. Combinatorial problems. And we know what a reduction is now, reducibility. You can imagine what he's going to do. He's going to prove that a bunch of other problems can be reduced to this circuit satisfiability problem. In other words, they are also NP complete. So his theorem is that there's a long list. There's a list of 21 NP complete problems. We don't need to write them all, but to just give you some examples. And if you're interested, I encourage you to check out the paper as well. Some example problems are 0-1 integer programming. Another one is vertex cover. So this is defined on a graph. A lot of hard problems are problems which occur on graphs. There's also the knapsack problem. And lastly, the max cut problem are the 4 examples from the list of 21 problems that I wrote down for you. So I should emphasize again that these problems are the decision problems, We're always talking about decision problems when we're doing computational complexity. And most of them, at least some of them, are defined on graphs. So max cut is a graph problem, vertex cover as well. And these are some examples of the set of problems that our NP completes.